can you not cough into the mic right when we start? That's so rude. That's so rude. Like, I asked you to shut the camera so we can discuss that off camera, what we need to discuss.
Yeah.
Because it's a hot topic. But everything's a hot topic here. Because we're hot. And that's hot. With Sabrina Piper. Welcome back, you guys. I am your host, Sabrina Piper, aka Funny Girl with Tits. I'm joined with my producer, Max Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Max Marcus Comedy? We just got back from Vegas.
Yeah.
That's why I have these glasses on. I'm in a perma hangover.
Those are the ones you found, right?
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, lost and found.
Whoa. I didn't know a guy named Trevor, probably.
Yeah.
Was the lost and found. Let me tell you about these glasses. So I went on a journey with these things. First of all, I bought them in my beautiful neighborhood of Chinatown. And after I did, I adore them. Because I have a very small head. Max can attest.
Yes.
I feel like I heard this a lot at Skankfest for people meeting me for the first time. Everyone I met fucking rocked. That was so fun. I got a lot of like, oh, wow, you're way smaller in person. Just like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I will take that. Max also got that, which I don't know if he loved as much.
I think people just know.
Stop ruining the bit, Max.
Yeah.
Let me do the opening.
Okay.
Oh, my God. It's crazy. And there's dog hair on my microphone. Pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. That's really possible.
Yeah.
There's dog hair everywhere in my apartment.
I'm aware. No, I'm going to refrain. I'm not going to make the joke, the low-hanging joke, obvious, the one.
Yeah.
You know, you go for, oh, no, it's Max. But Vegas.
Yeah. Skankfest was very fun.
Yeah, you interrupted my train of thought. I'm like, wherever it went.
Yeah.
Smaller in person, you know.
Yeah.
Perma hang. I'm going to perma hang.
Yes.
Can we call it that?
The episode?
No, just whatever. The hangover.
Yeah.
Where do we start? Well, we got there Thursday. We missed last week's episode. Somebody didn't bring the camera.
Yeah.
But what you did bring today was a little pizzazz and a little anger, I will say.
Yeah.
Because when you were ordering a bagel today.
A bialy, yeah.
A bialy.
Which should make no difference for the story, but
it
threw everything off. It threw them off very well. I've always gone just like a bialy toasted with butter, and the woman there was just
he ordered an onion bialy.
Yeah, onion bialy.
Okay, keep going.
And the woman at the cash register, which this is a thing I've gotten there before, and today the woman was just like, I can put butter on the side, I can't put butter on it, and I was like, what does that mean?
I did hear that. I did catch that. And I thought that was despicable.
Yeah.
Maybe she thought because you were on the phone with your employer, myself.
Yeah.
And your friend.
Yeah.
Myself. She would think maybe he's ordering more than one bagel, so he needs a side of butter. But you're not considerate. Even though I was like, ooh, bagels. You were like, yeah. That's what he did.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have gotten you a bialy.
You could have.
I was
also the glasses story is what we're going to go back to after, but continue your bagel story.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it.
Producer, I'm glad you're taking notes of where we were.
Yeah. The woman then went back to put it on, and then one of the other women who works there was just like, wait, did you want
the other woman?
Yeah, one of the other woman. It's all women
there.
We
were really just out west for a little too long, huh?
Yeah. But the other woman that worked there was just like, wait, do you want it on the side or on it? I was like, well, I wanted it on it. And then she just took care of it and did it. And I was like, yeah, how hard?
She took care of it.
How hard could that have been? And then the other woman just like sulked around being like, oh, I couldn't figure out how to put butter on a bialy.
It's just like the funniest image too, because Max would not even acknowledge the shit talking I was doing on the phone. I was like, how does she not get what's going on right now? Like, just toast. I mean, this was about a 2-minute conversation for no reason.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Over a single bagel. Again, single being the key word here.
Yeah.
A bialy.
A bialy.
You know, if you want to give the difference, obviously, to the non-Jews here. The bialy, it's just a little flatter. It has like the onion in the middle.
Yeah.
And, like, what else is the difference?
That's kind of it. That's why it's crazy that it's like, well, we could.
It's not much of a difference.
It's almost exactly the same thing, and that they could be like, well, we could cut open, put butter, and toast a fucking bagel, but not this thing, not this contraption.
They really didn't get it.
No, the other woman got it.
Where do you go? You go to like one of these. You stop at like Essa Bagel or whatever.
I'm not even gonna say what it is. They don't get there. They don't get a shout out.
They don't get a shout
No,
out.
they don't get a shout out.
But are they a bad chain? That's my point.
No, they're good. It's a good place.
It's a good place. I don't know. Max has like the worst taste in the world. Like absolute garbage. Also, I want to go back to these glasses.
Yeah,
for
let's go
a
back
second,
to Skankfest.
Okay. Enough with your fucking.
As much as the audience wants to hear about Bialys.
Oh, we can't even say that word anymore because we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe you're watching us on YouTube. Funny Girl with Tits. Maybe you're listening on Spotify or Apple or one of those fun ones. Or maybe Patreon, patreon.com/funnygirlwithtits. Join a tier today. It's only $1 or $5. Or one of the other ones. You pick one of those if you're a fucking pay pig cuck. These glasses, I love them. Chinatown, amazing deal. I took them to Skankfest, rocked them. It was Saturday. Okay, it's day 2 of the festival, day 3 of us being in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe got a little weird, took some shrooms. Maybe thought these were a little too heavy.
Yeah.
That's really what was going on. They were like too heavy for my head. And I was
That
like, I
makes
just can't do it. And I put them down. And every time I got up, they dropped. And I was like, well, you know, at this point, whatever. And I put them to on the little side table right next to where we were sitting and just left them there. When I came back later, they were gone. And I was like, oh, bummer. But I didn't really like think of it. Like
Yeah.
I registered it. I like looked down. I was like, man. And I just like kept moving along. And then the next morning, I was like, oh, my glasses.
Yeah.
And I was still tripping a little bit. We were at Circa watching the Eagles game.
Yes, they won.
What an interesting sentence from me now versus a year ago. I was like, you know, just tripping, going to Circa, watching the Eagles game. It's a typical Sunday morning for us in Vegas.
Yeah.
What? Max, ever since I've become friends with you,
I know, that was
something's
a me
gone on
sentence.
in my life.
That was a me thing. Doing shrooms and watching the Eagles is a me thing.
I swear, it's like, you know, we joke around all the time, but I'm like, oh my God, like I sound like you sometimes.
I know,
Oh, I hope Bobby doesn't try to do another intervention or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
No, but so I lost the glasses, right? Or they were gone.
Mm-hmm. They disappeared.
They disappeared. And I said to Max, I was like, the reality is a dude definitely took them and is jerking off on him somewhere.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm not going to say that's what happened, but I will say Sunday night, right? You know, now it's like they were gone for a full about 30 hours.
Yeah.
And we're at the comedy jam.
The goddamn comedy jam.
Goddamn comedy jam. We're on the stage. It's a fucking blast. People are jumping around. If they stop because they're not supposed to be. And then all of a sudden some guy starts jumping. And if he wasn't breaking the rules, this is the point. If he wasn't breaking the rules, I wouldn't have seen these babies jump up from his head and then him go like this because he took these.
Yeah.
And he jumped on the stage when he wasn't supposed to. So all these strikes against him. Apparently a kind boy, but not to me. I was not happy about it. I was like, oh, my glasses. And Max was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or you said something and I didn't care what you said. I just wanted to get to them.
Yeah, and if we weren't on stage also, we wouldn't have seen them or be near him.
Yeah.
We didn't like hop up
How
on,
crazy is
on
that?
the wrestling stage.
Yep. Yeah. When you say it like that, I'm like, yes, that's actually what happened. And it's hilarious. But that is how I got these babies back.
Yeah.
It was necessary. And then when I went up to him, I was like, hey, did you find those in the green room? And he was like, oh, like he gave his friend the look and like they were busted. And I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole here. I know they're not like, they're no Cartier, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm not delusional. They're maybe a little Urban Outfittersy. They're not even like a Sunglass Hut, okay?
Yeah.
But they're not laying around Skankfest.
Yeah.
You're not seeing people in the green room grabbing glasses like they're
Yeah.
mints. Give me my fucking glasses back.
Yeah. No,
What
he
a
was.
fucking weirdo. And I was on drugs for the first time. That's not very nice.
Yeah.
That's not how you treat one of the artists
Yeah.
on drugs.
No. Well, it's funny because it was really the last night, and at the end of the last thing,
I
that he's
know.
like, he
That's
almost
the
got
only
away
time
with it.
He could have just gone back
he almost
to
went home.
Oklahoma or Nebraska or wherever the fuck. He's probably like some LA comic.
Yeah, it's probably not like.
He was very upset about it. And you know what? Dylan actually told me who it was.
Oh,
And
how did he know?
He knew him because he does like he's one of your people. He does like editing or something.
Hell yeah.
Yada,
Did
yada.
he see the guy with the glasses? Was he was on there?
I pointed. No, I just told him at the end because I asked him if he saw my glasses.
Yeah.
Because we ran into him
Yeah.
in the green room.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. Do you want to start also at the first day with the?
I'm happy to get them back. You want to start at the first day, Thursday?
I was thinking the Chippendale dancers is kind of the first.
Oh, I would. Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking of going
Yeah.
towards first. Would you like to? Because this was the best moment of Max's life.
I was pretty angry. I was pretty livid.
Max, tell the people why. Why you
We
were
were
so
walking.
upset.
We were like both.
We were strutting our stuff.
Yeah, we were both
down
tired.
Fremont Street.
We just traveled all day being on fucking planes. We got to this place where like starting to wander around, and then these fucking like male stripper Chippendale dancers just like grab Sabrina.
I'm gonna let you tell your version of the events, and then I'm gonna tell my version of the event. So keep going.
So they just see us. They basically grab you, and then like try to drag you. They're half naked, more than half naked. They're in just like these Speedo shits. And then they're just like, they say to me, or they say to you about me, they're like, oh, is that your husband? While dragging you away. Or they're like, oh, and you're like, no, it's like, oh, is it your boyfriend? And it's like, fuck you, man. You're getting paid like $30 to take pictures naked in the public.
We did not even tip them.
You didn't pay them anything because it was a fucking scam. They're scammers.
Max was so upset I got whisked away by these two shirtless guys. Also,
Well, I was upset that I'm upset by the idea that they would be like, oh, is this your husband? Let's just drag you away from him. Let's just molest you in front of your husband.
they did like get all up on me. And they
Yeah.
have all the evidence. And I was like yelling, okay, so this is my version of the events. We both get to Vegas separately.
Yeah.
I meet up with Max. I'm elated. I'm like, let's go for a walk in this town. Let's take it over. Walk with our strides of pride. I'm wasted from the flight.
Yeah.
It's a blast. He traveled like 9 hours. It's disgusting, but we're both like gross. We're walking on Fremont, and these two shirtless
Strippers.
strippers. They're strippers. I wanted to say gods, and now I'm like, I look at them differently after time at the Peppermint Hippo.
Yeah, they're the same.
They are one and the same. So they did whisk me away, and they thought I was beautiful. And how can I blame them? How can I be mad at them? And then they asked me if Max was my husband, which I laughed and I said no.
Yeah.
And and then they asked if he was my boyfriend. I was like, no. And then I said he was my podcast producer.
Yeah.
And then Max quipped with a good little reference.
What, that they're Times Square Elmos?
Oh, he said that when we walked away, but he said, well, in it, and just like that.
Oh, yeah, just like that. I was like,
The
my
podcast
dig on
producer.
them?
Yeah.
My dig on them?
Yeah, you got them. You got them. You got the Chippendales.
Yeah, I really muttered some good digs when we walked away.
You fucking twisted that knife.
Yeah, I made sure
You
they
fucking
were.
ripped that fucking ball chain off of them.
I made sure they were not within earshot, and then I really muttered some shit.
Oh, yeah. They were ripped.
Yeah.
And they were like all up on me.
Yeah.
And they grabbed my leg type of thing. I was like, ooh, I should be into this. But I was like, this is very in public.
It was very in public.
But it was very funny. And then I realized that they were serious. And they were like, yeah, and if later, and if you blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they were nuts.
Gotta go. And then they showed me the pictures. And I was like, Max, take a photo of it. And they're like, no other photos.
Yeah, they stood in front of me.
They did. It was not cool. So I was like, let's run. And we did.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
pussies.
it's a weird gross city.
Hey, it treated us with respect and fun.
Skankfest
And we
did.
thank
Skankfest did.
That's true.
I
That's
give
true.
all that credit to
That's
Skankfest.
okay. That's very true. That's true. Las
Um,
Vegas we can burn to the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Um.
We'll keep the Reddit. You guys are it's supportive,
Yeah.
but otherwise, yeah. So Thursday that was we went to the pre-party. We got ready. Went to the pre-party. First the kickoff party for Skankfest and right.
The kickoff party.
Kickoff party
and show.
And show. Yes, very fun.
Yeah.
I met Max's father, Bobby.
Bobby.
Max's daddy,
Yeah.
Bobby. Yeah, I met Bobby for the first time, Bobby Kelly, and he fucking rocked. And
Yeah, he's the man.
It was cool meeting Max's dad, like I said.
Yeah, we spent most of the
weekend.
the weekend in the Bobby set up a cigar lounge.
Yes.
And I was just inhaling cigars.
Yes, and I was inhaling a cigar and the smoke around me for the whole weekend.
Yes.
I also was one of the only people smoking joints in there and not reprimanded, so I felt very, very good.
I don't think you were here for this. Bobby was okay with the joints, but then
the
woman.
bong.
You were there for the bong?
Of course I was there for the bong, bitch.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Why do you think I brought it up, Max? Why do you think I'm aware of this even? Okay, so I'm smoking like joint after joint, right? Because I have a problem. And then I got a little dab pen, which rocked. And then everyone's smoking cigars. I did have a cigar as well, which was very fun.
Yeah,
my
did you
second
like it?
cigar ever.
Oh, only
I
second?
Did, yeah, it was my second cigar ever.
When
my
was the first?
Was in Israel.
That makes sense.
And yeah, I was like in like 2016. So I haven't smoked one in a long time. But I smoke blunts and stuff. Very different, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I love them.
I thought it was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, if I don't know. I think if I didn't do shrooms the next day, maybe I would have had another one.
Mm-hmm.
But I did too many shrooms
Yeah.
the second time.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah, I'll get to the shrooms.
But the cigar bar, what a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that girl. So some stupid bitch.
Yes.
We're sitting around and everything, and she just walks in with, I'm not even kidding, like a good foot-long bong.
Yeah.
Like
plastic.
highlighter pink plastic. Like, she definitely bought somewhere off, like fucking off of Fremont Street. That's the worst part. And she comes in, like, don't know, like, who she thinks she is, and she just goes to hit it. And it's like, excuse me, I'm the only fucking bitch sitting here.
Yeah.
Get up and get out.
Yeah.
I mean, Bobby and everyone else had a problem with the drugs, but I was like, oh, another girl? Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Well, Bobby's sober.
Get that stupid fucking bitch out of here.
And I think
yeah, everyone's sober,
That's
but
true, everyone
us,
was sober there.
pretty much.
Yeah, they are. But
Us and Lev.
a lot of people are not sober.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, back it up.
But yeah, it was funny,
Correction.
and Bobby was just like, "No, you can't smoke that in here." And she was like, "What?" Like she thought it was a joke at first, and then she was like, "Wait, you're serious?"
Yeah, he was dead serious.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't fucking smoke that in here.
Yeah, he's like, "You're not ruining my sobriety with that fucking thing."
Yeah, he was like 27 years of sobriety or some shit like that. It was something wild. And he was like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, she did. She came in with like a foot-long bong. It was the craziest thing in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know. I mean, at first, I was like, the joints? Okay. Nobody gave a shit. Everyone was like, nah, that's fine.
Yeah, no one cares about a joint. That's not.
Her. I mean, it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but it was also like, who was she?
Stupid. That's the point. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, if Bobby can get the band kicked out.
that was Berg.
Oh, right. Right. It was Berg.
But it was funny also to watch because she was definitely had not been told, like, don't do shit for like a long time, you know?
Definitely not.
Like, that was the first time someone told her don't do that in like probably years in her entire adult
yeah,
life.
she seemed to not hear no a lot.
No.
And, right, that's a word she didn't recognize.
No.
And it was, you could tell it was jarring to her. Like, she stood outside the tent for a good minute and a half to just gather what
It was so
just
funny.
happened. It was so good.
Yeah, it was really funny. And then the band was like some guy. There was a band there like last few nights just playing like at the end, and they were just hanging out. They like changed the vibe. I wasn't there when they came in, but then there's a point where Aaron, I think as a joke. I mean, who knows how serious?
It was a joke.
Yeah, it was just like this is art. This is when it says artists only, it's comics only. And then one of the women working the festival heard
Christine.
that. I don't think it was Christine.
No, there's another. It was or Christina.
Christina. Yeah, Christina. She came, and then someone else came back and was like, "Hey, yeah, it's comics only." And Aaron was like, "Oh, I was joking, but good."
Well, also, Aaron was like, they're harassing Sabrina.
Yeah.
Like every guy was like, they're harassing Sabrina, and I was just like, no, don't throw me into this.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Because what did they ask me? Like, they just kept asking me questions.
Wasn't it something about like, are you sure you're not single? It's like they wanted you to not be
single.
single.
Oh, right. And I was like, I'm sure I'm single. And they were like, oh, you are? Okay. Yeah, it was really, okay. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Listen, I wasn't really sad when they got kicked out. I was like, bye, see you never. Like,
oh yeah, I didn't give a shit.
It was no big deal, but it was definitely a joke.
Yeah.
They were definitely supposed to stay.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then
are you sure you're single? Are you sure? Yeah? I think the whole thing was that he kept asking Joe List had his friend there and his two friends, and they were a married couple, right? And he kept asking, I think, the woman if she was single. Mm-hmm. Isn't that it?
Is that how it started? I don't know. I
it?
came in probably late to a lot of that, or wasn't paying attention. I just know I didn't hear the single stuff until it was from you.
Yeah, he said it to someone else's girlfriend.
I think it was Christina.
Or wife first.
I think it was.
It was to the waitress.
Yeah, because her husband or boyfriend, I don't know if they were married or not. I think they were, but her husband was Greg, the bartender in the green room.
I'm mixing it up with Joe's friend Christine.
I don't know. I think
so many names.
Yeah, so many people.
So many names. I'm really bad with names.
Yeah, me too.
But you know what really rocked? Like the entire time, just being like, "What's up, dude? Bro.
Yeah.
Dude, bro. Bro, dude, man.
Yeah.
Bro, dude, man. Boop, boop, boop."
Yeah.
Because names I can never do it.
Yeah, for sure. I got a tattoo.
You got a tattoo?
That's pretty cool.
It looks cool. It looks really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Max got asked about it a lot. Did shrooms for the first time.
Yes.
So fucking cool.
Yeah, shrooms are fun.
I do recommend. I can't believe it took me so long, as everyone else has said to me already. I know.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, you did a little bit the first night. The full shroom stories you did, I don't know, a gram maybe or less, which is like, you know,
it was too much.
The second night that was like when you did like an eighth.
That's what I mean was too much. Now the first night was so mellow.
Yeah.
So great. Everything was great. Everything was wonderful.
Yeah.
Could not ask for a better first trip. Personally.
Yeah.
The second day, I was a little too confident with it.
Yeah.
And maybe just like in the morning, like a little still tripping, and said, let's keep going. Again, I think I've been friends with you for too long.
Yeah.
I think you rubbed off.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Just taking an eighth of shrooms to the face.
Hey, listen. First of all, it's a vegetable.
That's true.
Okay, and I was just experimenting a little.
Yeah.
I did split it up with some people.
Yeah.
I started having a bad trip when we were watching the Eagles game.
Yeah. But that was before you even took the more, right?
I know.
That was when you were just like, whatever, the next day. It was probably still a little trippy.
I definitely was. And I left. It's funny. I left the hotel room thinking I look gorgeous. And then I saw people going down the hallway that have known me for 6 or 7 years that did not recognize me at first.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I have been tripping for so long and I look like shit. You know it's bad when people are like, ooh, rough night. Like,
Yeah.
That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
That hurt. I was like, I thought it was great. I thought it was the best.
No, they're a fun drug.
I think I'm doing great. Yeah, and I was a little, I guess, hungover or whatever, and a little trippy, and then I went to Circa, and then just started.
Yeah. Yeah, you were stressing about the time.
I was stressing about time. I did miss a wedding.
Yes.
I was invited to a wedding the day before. I mean, it was just like, yeah, 2 comics that I'm friends with, Melissa and Jean, they were getting married, and it's just gonna be a fucking blast. And I was like, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't make it because I was a fucking moron watching Sunday football with my friend Max doing drugs,
Yeah.
drinking
Yeah.
like a degenerate.
Yeah.
I missed a wedding.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person. I was literally like, something was wrong, and I just like tears were in my eyes. It was intense.
Well, you also came in being like, I'm a changed person.
Oh,
like,
I did.
You were talking about how it's like, I'm not going to get like worked up over the small things anymore. You were just like, I was like, that's great. And then like 20 minutes later, you're like, everything's terrible. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's okay. So it's so funny you say that because I did not really sleep that night.
No, of course not.
And and then I tried to a couple hours, whatever. I changed. I got like zhuzhed up. I went to Circa, and I when I ran into people like on the way and stuff, and I said they were like, like how was last night? Like how you doing? Blah blah. And I was like, amazing. Everything's amazing. I ran into Louis J. Gomez and his friend from high school and like right outside of Circa, and he was like, well, how's the first night? Like, he also thought I looked rough, and I was like, ugh, yikes. And because I feel like if he's saying it to my face, I'm like, I look like fucking shit. Cool. So I was like, yeah, I'm a changed person. I was like,
Yeah.
I hate to be that person, you guys. I was like, but it's happened. I was like, they've changed me.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel amazing. And I did feel amazing. I was
Yeah.
like, everything, I'm so clear. And I was like, I have to get up and watch the game. And everything was good. And then I was ordering a sandwich at the Jewish deli Max sent me to. And I was like, something's wrong with time. Like, I'm missing something. Like, I set at 2 p.m., but it was like 12:30 or something.
It was like 11.
It was
It was like 11:30.
It wasn't that early. It wasn't that early.
Maybe it was 12.
I like it for the joke, but it was like 12:30. And it was getting there, and I was like, I had to do something, and I didn't know what.
Yeah.
And I was so lost. And then later, I saw Melissa Diaz in her wedding dress, and I was like, and I went to cry. And then I split the shrooms with her and Jean.
Nice.
They're amazing. I love them. I'm like, they're married.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And the videos were beautiful. Joe showed me and photos and stuff. And then, yeah, I don't know. I was just like, oh my God, I'm such a fuck up. And I was really hard on myself. But I had a fucking rockin' set. And then,
Well, that was
and then I took more.
Then you took more.
I had such a good set. I was like so clear, and I was like, hell yeah, everything, like, this is so different. I was like, time to take more of these things. And that's where I fucked up.
In your defense, doing well at stand-up does make you want to do more drugs.
Thank you.
Because doing well at stand-up's like a high.
It's like, yeah, it gives you that buzz. And, maybe I had that buzz really, really, really going. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to keep the party going. And I was like making, Liquid Death. I think like sponsored the whole thing because there was so much Liquid Death.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
There was like a bottle of Tito's and like Liquid Death in the back of the green room for like the stage that I was performing at, the Hippo Tank. And I was like, you guys, not to be the mixologist here, but hello. And I just cracked open the bottle. I did that with the Liquid Death, like sparkling.
Yeah.
And again, I am a mixologist. So thanks Bacardi Factory for giving me the tour like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
for $69 a pop. I feel like I'm certified. And yeah, it was a trip.
Yeah.
It really hit me hard, and then as it was hitting me hard, Max abandoned me.
I mean, I told
But
you I
the
had to work.
tattoo people were there for me.
Yes.
The tattoo people, I ran into the tattoo shop. Less ran and more just like wandered in, like helplessly.
Yeah.
And this lady was the nicest,
Yes, she's very
kindest
sweet.
human being in the entire world. And I sat down, she brought me water, and it was very calming. Even though they had on like surround sound, like, just like comedy, just like going and going and going. I was like, this is so very calm.
Well, it was mostly music. When I was in there getting my tattoo, they were just listening to music. So that is why it was confusing when they switched to comedy at the comedy festival.
Yeah, for sure. That was interesting. But I was in there for a couple of hours at least. And then I moved from like the front of it, because it was in a theater, to the very back row. And I was just silently sobbing.
Yeah.
And that was rough. And my phone looked weird, made some calls I shouldn't have made.
Yeah.
And then Max showed up. And I was just like, mascara ran.
Yeah.
Mascara ran.
Yeah. The Messiah returned.
I hate you. I was like, when he showed up, I was like, thank God. He was like, yeah, you're welcome.
That's me.
You're a sicko.
Yeah, there was like a light emanating from me, and you're like, is that the shrooms? I was like, no, that's just always there.
It's because I thought I was about to die. I was like, this guy's here to save me. It's all over. It was the light at the end of the tunnel behind you.
Sure.
It was just about to.
But then we went to see, we got out of there.
Was I okay after that? I'm like, what did we do?
You were okay after that. What did we do after that? I'm no stranger to having a bad trip and like getting out of it. So I was like, let's just get out of here. All your bad feelings are associated with this room now, and when we leave, those feelings will stay behind.
You did say that.
It was true.
It was true, actually. Actually, the second, because I was like, my legs won't work. Yeah. And they did work. And then we went, and I was like, okay, this
back
is
to the cigar
way better.
tent. And it was that's when we saw Joe List, and I think he was probably a calming presence, and like Bobby and Aaron.
True. Yes. If it wasn't, honestly, actually, if it wasn't for like Joe List too, you and Joe List, I probably would not have come out of the bad trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Thank God.
And then we saw Bastard Radio. And we saw the live taping.
Yes, you. Oh my God.
I was like, we're gonna get in there.
Okay, now I remember. Yeah, thank God for the cigar bar. Thank God for the guys. Honestly, thank God for
the dudes.
For you, Max, and Joe List and Bobby Kelly and Aaron Berg, especially Aaron Berg. I mean,
Aaron was so funny.
We're gonna have him on soon. Very excited to have him on the pod soon. But it was such a blast to hang out with him over the weekend. Mm-hmm. Such a fucking blast.
Yes.
After working with him, in the past, like for years, it was like cool to like hang out in different city and setting and everything. So, what were you saying?
Bastard Radio.
Bastard Radio. Oh, that was so funny because it was supposed to start at like 8, and I'm tripping. Whatever. Max comes to save me at like 6 or so.
Yeah, something like that.
And we go over the tent, and we're in the cigar lounge for a while, and then it's like come 7:30, 7:35, you tap me to go.
Yeah. Well, I was saying it starts at 8, and you're like, let's just chill here. And you're like, it starts at 8, we'll go there at 8.
I was like, we're artists.
And I was like, no, but they're not going to save chairs.
We'll go at 8 and we'll just watch it.
Yeah, I pushed for us getting there early because we could also get it. The artist and bracelet should also got you into places before they were seating.
Right.
So I was like, no, let's go early. Let's chill there, and let's actually like sit and watch.
I was like horrified to be back in another room. I was like, oh God.
No, it's a different room.
Yes. Yeah. You did explain that. And honestly, then it was a different room. Then we had Paco run to get us water.
And a porn star.
And a porn star next to us who shared a joint with us.
Yeah.
And some laughs. And some cleave beef with me.
Yeah.
Touch strippers' tits on Thursday.
Yes.
That'll be for a whole other episode.
That'll be the Patreon is the strip club story.
Good producer.
Yeah.
Good producer.
Yeah. But Bastard Radio, just to finish up there, that was great.
That rocked.
That was awesome. And if people don't know, because it doesn't go on anymore, but it was the Louis J. Gomez, Tim Dillon, and Nick Mullen, which is
very funny.
A fucking power trio.
Very funny. Check it out whenever it comes out. If not, I think it might be on Gas right now. Check that out.
There's definitely the first 5 episodes. The only 5. They've done like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
but they're all good.
For sure.
Go watch the old ones. Maybe they'll bring it back.
Yes.
Well, they won't.
Well, everyone's busy.
Yeah, they definitely won't.
But Skankfest, it rocked. And yeah, that brought me out of everything, brought me out of the bad trip.
Yes. I've had a lot of bad trips and good trips.
I don't think it was that long of a bad trip.
No.
My spot was at like 2 and I didn't get there till about 2:30. Which was fine because I was like at the end of the show anyway. And it just, that stage just kept going with stand up. It fucking rocked.
Yeah.
The Hippo Tank. And yeah, so it was fine. So I was coming off of that, and then I took them again at 3:33. And then, so it was about like 3 hours. It was probably the first hour was okay, and then by the
first
next
hour is
2
probably
hours,
coming up.
Yeah, the next 2 hours were pretty rough, and then I was good again.
Yeah, and it was probably
it was just 2 hard little hours.
It might have even been less. I feel
and
like
it didn't even feel that. Yeah,
I feel like
time has been different.
Yeah.
I'm different.
Yeah. Well, that was to go back to that. You're like, I'm not. You're like, I'm not gonna listen to the small stuff. I'm gonna like not sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff.
Oh
yeah,
no, the other thing is that you're like, I'm not gonna be hard on myself anymore.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
You were immediately like, I'm so hard.
I was like, I'm a fucking moron. I'm the fucking worst human. And you were like, oh whoa. What happened not being hard on yourself?
And I was like, but the Eagles are winning.
And I was like, I can't even pay attention which screen it is. I'm awful. I was really mean to myself. Yeah. And then I stopped. And I've been nicer to myself.
And then you ate more shrooms.
And then I had more shrooms.
But, yeah.
But it was a fucking blast.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Everyone tried to give me like advice before the shrooms, which was really cute and sweet. Everyone was very nice about it.
I mean, it was definitely a good place to do it for the first time.
I agree. I don't know
now you
when
can just
people
go get
before.
now you can just go get chocolate and hang out in the park.
Well, unfortunately, that's what I want to do all the time now. Like after the first time, I was like, I know.
Wait till the spring.
Well, a really nice fan gave me an 8th on Sunday, and that's how I had it.
Oh, nice.
And I do have some of it left. I did.
Nice.
Not saying I flew back with it. I'm just saying it was accidentally in a jacket pocket.
Yeah. You can fly with drugs. They don't care. As long as it's not a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not trying to distribute them.
No, it's the smallest amount.
For the most part. Actually, I, like, tried to with my neighbor the other day. And I was like, ooh, should we do these? And then he was like, this is enough for, like, one person.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So that shows how much I took of the first of that 8th.
Yeah, you had most of it, I think.
It's a very druggy episode. Ew.
Oh, yeah.
So are you.
I know.
Just kidding. This is me now. No, I mean, seriously, it definitely changed, like, a lot of my thinking and a lot of just... Yeah, I think we're going to expound upon that in the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe we should switch to, honestly.
We can switch to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's switch to that. This week, when this comes out, I have the Roost Thursday night when this is out. Come to that, I guess, if you're around. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't really know. No, come to that if you're in New York. And I have a show this weekend somewhere. I think in Harlem.
Nice.
And I don't know. The drugs have fried my brain. No,
Hell
just
yeah.
kidding. I really want to like do more.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You know what else I want to plug? I have the subscriptions now. Go subscribe to my Instagram.
Yes.
Instafans.
Yes.
No, that's probably a site. To my Instagram. Go do it. It's like $5 or whatever, and $4.99. And I'm just gonna be posting like a hell of a lot there. And I don't know. You guys know I post a lot on Instagram already, so it would be I don't know, just more content and shit like that. Live locations, because I don't put my live locations in my story and such and such. Exclusive videos, pictures. Let me know what you want to see in it. I'm also like open to like reading it. I probably won't reply to your DMs, but I'll read them. And subscribe, share, like, do all that. What else, Max? Tell them what to do.
Yeah, go
Subscribe to the
Patreon.
Patreon, yeah, and join the $50 tier if you're a
Yeah.
pay pig. Seriously, we fucking hate you, and we think you're garbage, and you should get on it. Is that good?
Yeah. I think they'll like that.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, we're about to get into more stuff on the Patreon. Hop on with us. It'll be juicy. And also I did like little clips during Skankfest to make video. You should just go subscribe and see like why am I explaining it?
Yeah, there's gonna
Why
be a
am I
lot. There's a
describing
lot
it?
up there, and there's gonna be a lot more.
I know, it's just like I'm like whatever. Like I shouldn't even say it.
No, they need to know. They need to know what they're missing out on.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What else?
I think that's it. Go to the Patreon
We're gonna be back at Gas Digital Thursday.
next week.
Next week.
Wednesday.
Well, shut up. Next week
Next week.
when it comes out Thursday.
Yeah.
Until then, we'll be on the page and Insta and all those fun things. And thank you for getting us past 500 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah. Next to 1,000.
And yeah, that's our goal. And we love you guys. We're tired. We had the Skankfest cold and no voice. Sick.
Yeah.
We dealt with that last week, so sorry about that. And I'm feeling it now. And we have to switch over because I feel like gossiping.
Okay. That sounds
Okay.
good.
All right, love you. Bye.